Hello, YouTube. Today I have a call with an Argentinian investor. He has all kinds of different businesses and assets in the US, and he wants to know about his tax return filing requirements. So we're going to talk a little bit about what he's doing and what he has to do still. It's a good call. Juan's a really nice guy, and I think you'll enjoy it. So let's get to the call.
Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up.
And I also, what I'm doing now is I have a separate camera like right here, so I can get two angles. We'll see how that
goes. So you're like a superstar for real, huh?
I mean, I've been doing this for a while. I'm trying to make it better. If I'm going to be doing it, I might as well make it as good as possible in terms of quality, right? So Juan, thanks for showing up for the call and scheduling the call. Let me see from the calendar if you left any notes for me. Where are you calling from today?
Right now I'm in Argentina.
In Argentina, okay, and you have great English.
I went to school over there. That's why I went to school in U.S.
Where did you go to school?
South Carolina.
Oh, cool. I grew up in South Carolina. Which school in South Carolina do you go to?
Francis Marion. It's
okay.
Florence.
When I was a child, way back, I had season tickets to the Gamecocks, University of South Carolina. So we would go to the game, and that's when they were terrible. They get blowout every game. They were so bad when we had tickets.
When I was there, they were like top.
Yeah, they were. It's funny that like when I was there, Steve Spurrier was coaching the Gators, and Steve Spurrier was like he was running. They would be up 40 points, and he's running trick plays, flea flickers, and stuff. I don't know if you follow football, but
no.
He was just like, it's basically they were up 5 goals and he would just run in the attack at them to score more. And then they go around and hire him to be their coach. And that's when they turned the program around. So that was pretty funny to me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that because I only went to one game because it was a huge game between them and Clemson.
Yeah, sure. So, it's always good. Clemson got really good recently.
At that point, both of them were top 10. So they were really going at it. So it was a lot of fun, but I'm not a fan of football. At least not American soccer football. You know,
it's a unique game. It's the chess of the sports world. You know, there's breaks and thinking. It's a lot.
I like it though. It's fun. I enjoy watching a game.
It's really complicated for sure. I mean, I grew up playing it and stuff, but it's just a really complicated game. And it's you know, I watch more soccer than football now, to be honest with you. I'm into the I'm into Premier League. Watch all of the games. Yeah, it's really good.
Love it. Yeah.
Well, anyways, how can I help you? What questions do you have for me today?
Well, basically, the most important one was that I have I think an email I tell you I have an LLC already in Florida since 2019, and with that LLC, I bought a small business, which is a shipping and packing small business. And through that LLC, at the same time, what I did is I bought a small property that I'm working on rebuilding. It was damaged by a hurricane or something like that, and so we're rebuilding it. So basically, I'm doing 2 different things with the same LLC.
What kind of assets do you have in the packaging company? Do you like own the building or something?
No, that's a rental. I have a down payment for security deposit, which was quite large because I'm a foreigner. So basically, the asset is the store itself, which I paid for, the franchise and the business itself, 2 employees and all the, the equipment and stuff like that.
So
that's on the store side. Yeah.
So you have to file your personal taxes to report the results of that business, because that's an actual business doing business in the US. And the risk of having both under the same LLC is the legal liability. You know, that's really the issue. So if someone comes in your store and slips, they can sue you and take the house, you know? So that's why you want to have 2 LLCs for the 2 different investments. You'll end up selling the house. I guess you're trying to flip it. You know, the same thing. So if someone goes into your one of your houses, if someone breaks into it at night and like again falls down the stairs, then they can sue you and take all your assets from your store. So that's what the risk of having it in one LLC from a legal standpoint, which is the principal purpose of the creation of the LLC and like for everything. Most people use it for, payment processing and banking and things like that, which is awesome. But that's the real reason for it.
Yeah, sounds that's kind of the idea right now. But the big question is, should I file personal taxes in U.S. being not?
Certainly.
I should. Okay.
Yeah. So here's why. You probably had a loss last year because you just started everything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you want to file taxes to claim your loss and get credit for your loss and carry it forward, because when you sell the house, you're going to have gains, you're going to have income, and you can use your past losses against your future income. And you have to pay taxes in the U.S. on all of this stuff because you have, it's all physically in the U.S. It's all,
Okay. So I file taxes. Obviously, I'm not going to pay because of the loss.
yeah.
But not being a U.S. resident or citizen, I still do have to file.
If you want to take credit for your losses, because you'll certainly have to file when you for your gains. So as a foreign person, here's what's going to happen. You're going to fix this house up and you're going to sell it, right?
Yeah.
The buyer in escrow is going to be required to withhold 15% of the selling price. And that's a FERPTA. FERPTA is the law there. So the buyer is going to have to, they're going to withhold 15% of the selling price, and you would have to file your taxes to claim that money back. And basically you have to show it's just like with withholding taxes. So you're going to have to file and pay your taxes to get that money back. And if you have losses from the prior year, that'll lower the tax you have to pay.
Okay.
So that's going to happen. It's going to go through, unless someone's a cash buyer who sends the cash directly to your account, they won't do that. They're going to use an attorney and they're going to go through escrow. That's just how everyone does it. And then to title everything you need, you can get a FERPTA certificate and lower the amount of withholding. But if you have profits, then you're going to have to pay some tax and you have some withholding anyways.
Okay. So, I mean, basically the main reason would be to account those losses from the first year of investments, and that was actually last year. That's basically why I would do it. From the state side, would they see, because I have to apply, I told you, I think, on the email that I have to apply for an E2 visa. Basically, the main reason for me to buy in this packing business was to establish a business in US, which is what the E2 requires, and this personal tax filing, will it help, or will it hurt, or it doesn't matter at all on the?
It wouldn't hurt. It's only going to help. You're paying, you're showing that you're paying taxes in the U.S. And again, this is just to claim your losses to lower your future taxes.
Okay.
So it's really, it's just important that you do it. Otherwise, you're leaving money on the table for no reason.
Okay. Sounds perfect. So I should do it. Okay. And then. Yeah.
And another thing is, I don't know if you paid cash for this stuff, but as a non-resident, you have like some estate tax exposure. A way to avoid some of that would, there's a couple different ways to avoid it, but if something happens and a tree falls on you and you die or something crazy, then for your family to get the property, they have to basically file a tax return, pay taxes, wait basically a year for it to go through probate, then to get the property themselves. So, and I have a lot of clients who come to me after they have to pay all these taxes. So it might be worth it to consider setting up a structure if you're going to be doing a lot of deals like this, so you're always protected all the time.
Okay, well, we can look into that. So
yeah,
just in case something strange or something funny happens.
I mean, if you die, I mean, I don't want to be morbid about it, but if you own it and you die, it's going to take a year for your family to get it, and they're going to have to pay taxes on it. So when you can avoid that, maybe you avoid it by getting a term life insurance policy that would cover your taxes and cover that stuff. Maybe you just do that. So I don't know. It depends the value. I think you said it wasn't that expensive, like a $200,000 house or something, right?
Yeah. It's going to be, the selling price is going to be around 200,000.
Okay, so it's not a ton of risk for you.
No.
It's not, so we get some life insurance. It depends how you look at it. Conversation, but I would recommend some.
It's not like I have a lot of it. It's not like I have a lot of them around, so it could be a big deal.
I don't know. It's an educational call. I'm trying to tell people about what's going on. So
I understand. But that's an important point. And actually, I was looking at those term insurance the other day to see. I didn't know they existed actually.
It's cheap. So you could probably get one for like $40 a month, and it'll give you $500,000, and it's just like a 10 or 20 year term. So. While you have things that are semi-exposed to estate taxes, it might make sense to have a little extra expense that way. And since it's not that much money right now, in terms of what you're investing, you could do a really small term policy. It's probably fine.
Yeah, what I read about it, that it's not like the life insurance that you actually have an amount. You have a capital. You don't have any capital here. You just at the end of the term, that's it. It's gone.
Yeah, it's over. If you don't die, you don't get any money. If you do, you get money. And but because of that, it's cheaper. It's very cheap, and everyone should have some. If you have a family and you have things to pay for, you should have something. And why not pay $30 a month for that much?
Yeah, it is. I was actually looking at that. It was like 19 to get like 250. So yeah. It's
nothing.
It's
nothing. Yeah. So again, like most people, it's based on your age and the odds and stuff. And for them to make money, most people don't die. So, I mean, if you don't die, congrats, you didn't die. So you're still a winner.
Yeah, that's the best part of it, right?
Yeah, it's I have a lot of conversations with people about the state taxes, and some people get weird about it, but I'm just talking about the facts of things.
You guys are not in Florida, right? No.
I'm in Miami. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's great. I didn't know that. I didn't actually check where you guys were based, so I guess Florida pretty good then.
Yeah, I'm in Miami. You see, we're in Brickell.
Oh, great.
There's 95. You see the highway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love the place. I have a friend down there in Brickell. So yeah, and the third thing that I have that I told you which is small too. It's I put some money because I had some money left when I closed the deal, the house and whatever. I put a little money into stock market. So, and that's on the LLC account too. So.
It's the same thing. You still have the same. I would just put that in your own name and keep it separate because there's no legal liability really for having stocks. But again, if something happens, it would still be under the LLC company umbrella, and it would be exposed to the legal threats or the legal liability, right?
Okay. Yeah, so it's better to have it on my name.
Have it in your name or have a separate LLC, but I would just have it an LLC for each property you flip. You don't need to sell the LLC. You can sell the property out of the LLC and use the same LLC for every property that you're going to be flipping.
For the next property and everything.
Yeah, you can use the same LLC and then use a separate company for your business.
In this case, would you use another LLC in a different state or?
No. It's good to have the LLC in the state where your stuff is located.
Is it better?
Yeah, it's better because officially, if you open a Delaware LLC for real estate in Florida, you have to register in Florida anyway. So you're just paying to be registered in both places. Because if a property is physically located in a state, you're doing business in a state, you have to register in that state. So It makes sense just to open the LLC in that state. Otherwise, you're paying to have it in two states for no reason.
Oh, so if I have a Delaware one, I will still have to pay registration in both states.
Yeah, you still have to pay and open it. You have to register it in Florida because you're doing business in Florida.
Oh, okay.
So that's why what you did was great because you opened Florida LLC, so you did it the right way.
Yeah, but we opened a new LLC last year in Delaware. It was just we opened it just in case we're thinking about. There was a lot of stuff going on here in our country and everything, so I was thinking that maybe we should have another one there. And right now I have no use for it, so I'm trying to figure out if I should.
You can use it. What you should do is use it for just sucking profits out of things, and use it as a consulting LLC. So if you have a lot of profits from your store and you want to send it somewhere else, just send it over there as an expense. I mean, let's say your physical business makes $100,000 profit, and you send $50,000 of expenses, consulting fees to your other LLC. That's an expense to your U.S. business that would lower your U.S. taxes. And then officially the other business your consulting business in Delaware isn't have anything to do with the U.S. So you wouldn't have to pick up any of that income. So that could be like a sneaky way. In Argentina, it's all the same. You have to pick it up, but it's a sneaky way to lower your U.S. taxes. And, it's not, maybe there's some reasons why you shouldn't do it or whatever. You have to have a business purpose for it. And if you have obviously you're running the business from remotely. So sounds good to me.
That's a good idea.
Something to think about, that's like that's what we advise our clients to, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, that sounds very good. The one that using the Delaware one to be like the administration one or the counseling or
management company. It's a management company, yeah.
Management company, right? Sounds great. Yeah,
Digital
perfect.
management company. Yeah. So then you can lower your taxes. So I think this has already been worth it. The price of admission was already worth it for this call, right?
Oh, big time. Big time. But and you answered the most important question. I was trying to figure out what if I should present taxes or not, because I was talking to there's a lady that did the taxes, because I don't know, she lives she has the office near my store, so that's why I ended up with her. But she wouldn't advise me. She just wanted to. She tell me it's up to you. So I was like, well, I know that it's up to me, but I kind of would like to have an idea if it's better or worse, or doesn't matter, or yeah. But you're making sense that I should.
Claim your losses. If you have losses, claim it. And if you have income, you are doing business in the U.S. You have a store there, so you have to pay tax on it.
Yeah.
Especially
Just
for the E2 visa. The E2 visa, I know my attorney's in the other room, and I ask him questions all the time about it. But if you're basically telling the government about what you're doing, so you should probably pay your taxes on it if you have profits. And hopefully you have profits. If you make money, you pay taxes. And then in Argentina, you should be able to get a credit for what you pay here.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
imagine,
yeah.
I imagine that's how it works. I don't know.
Uh, I don't know. It's complicated. Argentina is very complicated in many ways. I actually have to look at it into that. But I'm looking forward to be a resident over there in the short run, anyway. So, yeah.
So did you apply for the E2 already?
No, that's why it was. Maybe I can have a talk with the or have a consultation with your partner there and see.
Sure. I'll put this email in the chat. Just email him. He's really nice.
Okay. I'll talk to him and see. I have a couple of questions that I know it's a good investment that you have to do in the ways that I know it's not inexpensive to do it, but
You're doing two things. The house flipping could be it could be an E2 visa qualifying thing too.
yeah, but I think they too requires, from what I read, that you give employment and you give that's
Yeah, it's really interesting. I talked to a guy yesterday who got an E2 with no employees, and he got it fine. He just like let it expire because he couldn't come back or for whatever. But the current administration is a little tighter on what they're allowing. There's still obviously
okay.
people are still getting visas, but
Okay.
you gotta talk to the attorney attorney on that. He's definitely the ones that are gonna help you. And I put his
Okay.
email up in the chat if you can.
Great. I just saw it. That's great. And okay, and I'm going to send you some more questions, and as they come out, I think that's pretty much the main idea of what I had for today. And I'm going to talk to Joaquin, I guess. Is that
Talk to Joaquin. It's really nice.
and is he making also phone calls like this, or just he's on the regular?
I'm trying to get him to do it. Attorneys are weird with what they can do, like in terms of marketing. Being a CPA, asesor fiscal, like what I'm doing, it's like there's a lot less marketing regulation. So I don't know. I'm sure if you want to, I'm sure he'll do a free call if you can put it on his YouTube channel, because he has one. He's getting it. He's growing it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to propose it, because for the first time, I think this is the best way to get to know who is on the other side. I like that, and you need.
I like it because it lets me have calls with people and give them all the answers and help my audience. And since I can't do it all day for free for no reason, and not get clients, but if I'm not going to get a client, at least I'll get some content from my channel. That's how I look at it. And I'm happy to help everyone, because I know a lot of what I do, just like everything in the world, all the information is out there. If you ever want to learn something, you can find it. So might as well learn it from me.
Yeah, but in the long run, a lot of people are going to end up with you, because at the end you start with consultation, but in the short term you're going to need some help. It always happens. For me, it happens every time. I feel like maybe I can do it, and sooner or later I need to call somebody.
Well, there's people that have time and there's people that have money, and most people don't have both.
That's true. This is very true. It is.
So
we had to take advantage of that. So well, thanks for your time, and I'm going to talk to Joaquin. I don't know. I'll send you an email with any questions that I have, and we can go from there.
Sure, happy to help. And if you don't have, one last thing, if you don't have any tax to pay, you don't really have to. You can file late without any penalties on personal tax return. However, actually, now that you're a foreign person with the LLC, you do have to file Form 5472 before July 15th. When did you open your LLC?
It was open like September last year.
So if you contributed money to it or had any transactions or paid to open it, then you would have to file this Form 5472 before July 15th, which is like next week.
Yes.
And
what is that called for? Called?
I can't believe I almost forgot to tell you that.
The form is
5472.
5472. Okay.
Yes, and it's there was a change in the laws in 2017 which require now non-residents with single member foreign owned US LLCs to be treated like a corporation for purposes of this form, and this form is to report transactions between a foreign owned US company, and the transactions for an LLC are payments to open the company, payments to close the company, or any other payment of money between the LLC and the owner or any other related parties. So
what in my case that I have 99%, I have a 1% that belongs to a US LLC.
who owns the other US LLC?
It's a family thing. It's a family LLC. It's other members of my family.
Are they US people?
No.
Okay, so that's better, and that's different then. I now I remember your email because you asked me like a simple question, and I said that's a loaded question. Now I remember that email. So you don't have an LLC, you have a partnership. This is actually a partnership tax filing.
Is. Okay, yeah, it is. But it's still called an LLC, right? But
it is an LLC, but in turn for tax, a multi-member LLC is a partnership. So
okay,
you have to file a different return. You wouldn't file. So what you would file is a partnership return, a Form 1065, reporting your profit and loss, and from there you file a 1040 NR to report your portion of the profit and loss.
Okay, so I don't do the 5472.
You don't have to do that form, which is good. The 1065 is late though, so but there is a lot of relief right now for filing late, so you're not. I think you still have to file by July 15th though.
Okay.
But in any case, if the losses aren't very much, then maybe you don't want to. If you didn't do that much in 2019, then maybe you can skip it. But you would
for personal.
I mean, for the company, for the LLC.
Oh, we already did. I think we filed the taxes for 2019 like 2 weeks ago.
How do you file them?
With an accountant.
Yeah, but you said you have a multi-member LLC. Did you do a partnership tax return?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, so you did all this. Okay.
No, for the partnership, yeah, I did. I did that. I sent that to that lady that I told you is by my store. She did all the paperwork for the store, for the business. That's done. So basically that was it. And then she asked me, "Are you going to file personal?" And that's when my question started. It's like, I don't know, should I? And then
so she filed she filed the partnership tax return, and then she asked if you wanted to file the personal return. Okay, so I missed a lot in our call.
No, sorry, maybe I wasn't clear. Sorry.
No, it's fine. So yeah, I mean, if you want to claim the losses from the partnership, then you file a personal return, and it's pretty straightforward. It's not all you're doing is putting that one number in there.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Because it's better, and as we're going to, and that's a good question for Joaquin. I will try to talk to him and see if he can tell me if that's a good thing also for the E2 visa, because probably, like you say, it's going to show that I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. Any kind of business can get the visa, but you have to be at least a 50% owner, which you are. So
yeah, great.
Fine. Okay, so I'm glad that you don't have that. You did all your taxes already. And yeah,
for the personal, there's still a deadline, right?
Not if you only have losses. This doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay. But you have to pay because if you're late, a late fee or something like that, or
no? There's no penalties if you have losses for a personal return. Only if you have for businesses, there's some penalties, sure. But if there's not for just a personal tax filing, there's no penalties for filing late as long as you have no balance due.
Oh, perfect. Well, that's good news.
Yeah.
That's worth the call again.
Yeah, like I said, I'm happy to help, and hopefully Joaquin, you work with Joaquin, he can help you E2.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. Well, Juan, thank you for the call. You have any other questions?
No, not really. Not right now. I think that's pretty good. And I like the just as a note. I like the video that I saw that you got. I think you were talking to a guy from Spain that he was managing assets.
The trading one, yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm doing some of that, and in the long run, I would like to do a little bit of that. Maybe real estate and assets at the same time, and maybe stock market, but.
Yeah, well, if you start managing a lot of assets, then the estate, like having a company that's not subject to estate taxes, is probably very important. Because can you imagine managing assets like $1 million worth of assets, not all yours, and then the tree falls on you and you die, and then you have to pay 40% taxes on that. Then your clients don't get their money back. So that's where estate tax planning is really important.
And that's a different state. That's what you were
No,
talking
it's
about.
like it's when you have it's different structure. You could do it through like a partnership. Okay. Actually, partnerships work a lot, or you could do it's just to make sure you do it right.
Okay. Well, that's a good one for another call then.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
well,
sounds good. Well, thanks for your call. Want to make sure you email Joaquin.
I will do that right now. Thank you.
Okay. See you.
Have a good one.
Hey, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed that call. I think it went really well. Juan has a lot going on, and I think it was a really helpful call. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you want to talk to me yourself, link in the description below. Happy to talk to you, and look forward to seeing you on the next video. Until then.